upon a time there come a big long dry spell around Orley's farm. The corn wasn't a-growing, the flowers was all drooping, and the big green meadow was all brown. So Orley, he decided to do something about it. He figured that as long as rain come from clouds, all he'd have to do was climb up close to one, poke a hole in it, and let her pour. Well, sir, there was a big old white cloud a-setting up in the sky, so as Orley, he got a little stick and started climbing a big old pine tree. Well, sir, he hadn't climbed very far till a little old gray squirrel stuck his head around the tree, and he says,
"Stop. This here's a toll branch. Cost you 4 walnuts to go up."
"Well," Orley says, "I ain't got 4 walnuts. I think I got 2 cents, so." Up, says the squirrel.
"No sense. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Come on, get 'em up. Give 'em here, give 'em here."
"Well," says Orley, "I think I got a half a peanut butter sandwich in my pocket. How about that?"
Let's try it," says the squirrel. Tastes pretty good. Go ahead."
So Orley went on a-climbing. And pretty soon an old owl stuck his head out of a hole, and he says, "Hoo, hoo, hoo, hoo,
Who woke me up?"
Guess it was me," says Orley.
"Well,"
Says the owl,
"you are disturbing the peace, and as justice of the peace of this pine tree, I hereby pine you 3 pineapples or 3 days in the penitentiary."
"Well, I got no pineapples," says Orley, "but I do have 4 crab apples. Please take them and let me go. I got to get water for the farm."
Well,"
says the owl.
Very well. I'm too sleepy to argue."
So Orley started climbing again. Well, sir, pretty soon he come to a woodpecker. "Hey there," says Orley, "what you doing that for?"
"Oh," says the woodpecker, "why, we're just drilling for beetles. Expect to bring in a gusher any minute. Would you be interested in a few shares of good beetle stock?"
"No, thanks," says Orley. "All I want is water." And he started a-climbing, and in a minute he was at the top. Well, sir, he reached out his stick to poke a hole in the cloud, but it was too far away. So he says, "Mr. Cloud! Mr. Cloud! Please come over here so as I can poke a hole in you."
"What?"
says the cloud.
"Poke a hole in me? Why?"
"Well," says Orley, "we need your water down on the farm."
"I can't help that,"
says the cloud.
"I'm saving it for a rainy day."
"But listen, Mr. Cloud," says Orley, "if we don't get water, all the corn will die, and then the cows won't have anything to eat this winter, and they'll die, and the flowers will die. Everything'll die." Well, sir, this made old Mr. Cloud awful sad, and he started to cry a little bit. First a few tears fell, and finally he was a-bawling to beat the band, and he cried tons and gallons of water all over the farm. So, I guess it's true what they say, a good cry never hurt nobody. That's all.